It is mid-August. It's actually the start of late August because today is August 18th, which means we are past the halfway point of this month, just that much closer to autumn, which is very exciting. I watched a video by Ruby Granger recently, which was like a pre-autumn vlog. I guess I've heard the term pre-autumn before, but it's resonating in a different way in the present moment. I think it's because of just this year and how summer's been going and how hot it's been. I mean, it's hot every summer and every summer is getting hotter, and it's still warm in lots of parts of the country, especially here. But the heat wave that we had in July is over at this point. And we've been having cooler mornings and cooler evenings, and for me that is just signaling that autumn is on its way. Summer is finishing up. I really wanted to take time during this period to observe and enjoy this transitional period from summer to autumn, because I feel like so much of life is just like one period starts and finishes and then the next starts and finishes, and really that's not how life is. Every moment within that end of the first thing and the beginning of the second thing, there's a transition from the end to the beginning, and that's just like a beautiful thing. And I'll link Ruby's video down below because that really inspired me to kind of film this week's video with this pre-autumn lens. I've also been like away from filming videos for like a month because of vacation and getting COVID, and I am so much better now. And I feel like after that period, it took me some time to kind of get back into normalcy. And now that I am feeling much better and that I'm back in my routines, I am now noticing the transition from summer to autumn. And this month, I didn't even set goals until like this week, until like the middle of August. And I think last year I think I skipped like a monthly planning video for this month as well. And the older I get, the more I start to notice that I have patterns where every season and every year around the same time, I have patterns where August is like a time where I just need to kind of take a break from things that are like the forefront of my life, like work and YouTube and creativity. And that's kind of how the start of August has gone. And like I said about how I want to really enjoy this transitional period, that's kind of one of my main intentions for August, is to just take moments to notice the little things that are transitioning us from summer to fall. And this week in particular, it's gotten a lot cooler in the mornings and evenings, like I said. So like Monday after work, it just felt so cool like outside, and I just have been so used to the heat and the humidity that I just barricade myself inside. I'm inside, I go to my car to go to work, and then I go to work, and then I come back, and I haven't been spending any time outside. And being outside really helps my mental health, and I've realized how much of a toll it's taken on me during these summer months. So I've been trying to adjust my evening routines a little bit after work, instead of just like coming home, crashing on the couch, turning on like true crime or the news. I want to do things that are more uplifting for me instead of just an escape. So I've been watching Escape to the Country, which is like a house hunting show in England where people escape from like London and the busy cities, and they look for like an English cottage. I'm loving that. When it like it's time for me to cook dinner, I've been coming downstairs and prepping and stuff like that, and instead of just, you know, sulking in the kitchen, I'm bringing my book down and trying to read in between the prep and the cooking. And I've been going outside and sitting, and just, even if it's like 5-10 minutes, like that's still enough time to kind of soak up the benefits of these colder, chillier evenings. And also like at work on my lunch break, I've been trying to take advantage of the less hot weather by going outside and taking a walk, because being in a basement all day is just not good for my like mental health and longevity for the workday. So that's been really nice. It's even been like cool enough for me to kind of sit outside. So I was doing that this week. I noticed they put picnic tables out at, you know, the campus that I work at. Took some time to sit out there and try and read a little bit, and that was really nice. In the morning, there's like a time when I'm trying to be like up and about and go outside before like the sun gets too hot, which really is like after 9 a.m. You can really feel like the sun's rays, and you know it's gonna be like a hot day and like fall is not officially here. But this morning I was up and I made a quick Target run because I needed coffee creamer. Also been trying to rearrange my spaces a little bit. So like in the kitchen, I moved our kitchen table, which I don't know why I didn't do this sooner, but now like I'm actually, when I sit here, I'm actually facing out the window and it's like a beautiful view, and I've been enjoying actually being in the kitchen more, whether it's like doing my kitchen and cooking stuff or just sitting and just, you know, working at the kitchen table, which I did a little bit this morning. And then upstairs, I rearranged my desk and our couch a little bit because I just needed a refresh. So rearranging furniture is always really good for me to kind of feel reset and like mix things up. Little changes like that can really make a big difference, my friends. I ended up making a afternoon Dunkin' run because afternoon is when I get kind of tired when I'm working at home, like after lunch. So I went and got a strawberry dragon fruit coconut refresher because it's still hot. Like it's still like 80 something outside, and like clearly it is not fall, but we can start thinking about fall and get excited for it and try and find those little moments in the morning or in the evening or somewhere during the day that can get us excited and in the spirit for fall. So cheers to that, friends. It's been a lovely Saturday, and I'm laughing at how this video is a pre-autumn vlog where I'm trying to get into the fall autumn spirit, and it's like so hot. It's still summer, y'all. Summer is still here. Anywho, I had a nice little solo coffee date. Did some drawing to get in the fall spirit. Then I just got out of the bookstore where I found some exciting autumn reads, and I'm gonna share those when I get home and share some books that I've been reading recently that are very fall spooky-ish, to kind of share some book recommendations if you're looking for some autumnal reads to get you in the mood. So let's go home and talk about books. All right, books. Let's talk about books. I need to get the books I just read. Okay. We got the ambiance going because we gotta have the YouTube ambiance. You know. We're not sure about this backdrop. Remember, I rearranged my workspace living room, so seeing if it works, if we like it. Okay, so if you're still like in summer mode, you want like one final summer read, the last book I read that I'm concluding summer with is Beach Read by Emily Henry, which is not her latest book. Her latest book, Book Lovers, I did read that and have a reading vlog on that video, which I will link above if you want to watch that. But this was like her first book of like her series of romance books. I didn't realize before she wrote Beach Read that she wrote some like YA, like kind of like magical realism books, which are interesting, but those are very different from like these contemporary romance books. So this is like the first one of that set of 3 that I wanted to read. So I took this with me on my vacation. Emily Henry is great. I would say this is not my favorite of the 3. I think Book Lovers is my favorite. There's also Everyone We Meet on Vacation, which I have also read. I think I did a reading vlog on that too. And all great reads for the summer, like just any kind of romance, feel good, warming romance, I think is a good thing to pick up in the summertime. We're ending with the summer reads, friends, because I am getting into the autumnal mood. So after I read Beach Read, it was time for some thriller, some mystery, some autumnal ambiance. So I read Ruth Ware's new book, The It Girl, which I got through Book of the Month, and it just came out, I don't know, last month, 2 months ago. Highly anticipated. I don't know, it was highly anticipated for me because at this point I had read all of Ruth Ware's books, which is a pretty large catalog, so I'm pretty proud of myself for that. Let me know if you want to see a Ruth Ware ranking video of some sort, because I have thoughts, I have opinions, but this one I really enjoyed. Like, I don't know my ranking system yet of all the books, but this was in the top tier of Ruth's books, and I know all of her books always get mixed reviews. It's a mixed bag. It really depends on just you as a reader and what you're interested in and what your expectations are when you go into the book. I don't remember what my expectations were for this, but I remembered that Ruth Ware does thriller, but she also does mystery and suspense, so you never know what you're gonna get out of her books. So I went into this thinking it was probably not gonna be a thriller, like fast-paced, you know, page turning, lots of action going on, and going into that knowing that, I really enjoyed it. It was, I think, her longest book, like it's 400 pages. There was a lot going on in here, but it is also very dark academia, I would say. It takes place in Oxford with a bunch of college students. The popular it girl is murdered. The suspect at the time is an older man who works at the college. But 10 years later, there's new evidence to support maybe the original person that was convicted didn't actually do it. So then we're thrown into this like whodunit situation within the context of like college and dark academia and drama and friends and all of this. And it also goes between timelines. So you read before when it was actually happening 10 years ago leading up to the actual murder, and then you read like after, which is like modern day, and the main character kind of plays out what's happening, you know, with this new evidence. I really enjoyed it. It might not be for everybody, but I always enjoy Ruth Ware's books. Not mind-blowing. I don't think a thriller mystery can ever really be truly mind-blowing of a book. I really enjoyed it. I recommend it. It's Ruth Ware, so yeah. So after I finished Ruth Ware, I was like, all right, I'm on this, you know, autumnal spooky kick. Let's read A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. And I've mentioned how I don't like this cover in a previous video, but I got this at the used bookstore, and you know, it is what it is. So it is also a TV show, which I am probably going to watch after I read the series. So I believe it's a trilogy. It's part of the All Souls trilogy, but it takes place in this world where there's witches, there's vampires, there's demons, and our main character is a witch, and she's a historian. She's also at Oxford, so it's funny, I go from, you know, one book to that next, and we're in the Oxford setting. So it has that like dark academia feeling as well. She's researching at the library. She pulls this manuscript and then crazy things start to happen. All these like vampires and witches and demons emerge and showing up in her life, and it's like, what is going on? And then she meets this vampire who's, I think, that guy, and there's a little bit of romance in here as well. I guess I am kind of far in. I am almost 200 pages in. It's about 566 pages in length, so I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm gonna really enjoy this book and the whole series, and this is something I've been looking for that has a little more substance and depth, because again, with like thrillers and some like contemporary thrillers and mysteries, it's all about like action, but there isn't a lot of like character development and like story depth, and I really enjoy that. That's why I like literature and that kind of, you know, vibe. So I think this is giving me that depth that I want, and the writing's really good, very immersive as well. I feel like I am at Oxford walking through the streets, which would be great right now considering how hot it is outside. I'm sweating. Gosh, quick little cheeky book haul from the used bookstore. I'm quite happy with what I got. The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley was my first find. I wanted to read this last year. I don't remember if this came out last year or the year before, but it was on my TBR. A New Year's reunion in the remote Scottish wilderness, all these different characters. One of these people's a murderer. Somebody won't make it out alive. So it sounds like a very whodunit, you know, type thing in Scotland. Scotland sounds really amazing right now, so I'm excited to read this. Next book I found was Lisa Jewell's The Family Upstairs. I read only one of her books, which was Then She Was Gone, which I really liked. There was twists, it held my attention, definitely very much a thriller. This one I'm looking forward to for just that Lisa Jewell touch. It's about a family upstairs and family drama. That's all I really know at this point. And where is this? This takes place in England, I think. Main character becomes the sole inheritor of an abandoned mansion of her birth parents on the banks of the Thames. So we're just all up in the UK, and I need it right now. Final book, The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. I read The Silent Patient. I've shared my thoughts, I think, on this channel. I really enjoyed that book. This is a quintessential dark academia book I've been wanting to read it. Again, didn't want to pay full price for it, so we found it at the used bookstore. I don't know, I think I want to read this next since I'm in this dark academia mood. This takes place at Cambridge University, and the main character, or the murderer, is a professor. There's a student. Things are gonna get interesting. That's it, friends. Those are all the most recent reads and to be read / mini book haul. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was really fun to film, to get in the autumn mood, share my thoughts, and I encourage you, you know, you don't feel pressured to think about fall and get excited for fall if you're not there yet. That's perfectly fine. Enjoy the rest of summer. I'm going to still try and savor my summer, but I still am gonna let myself think about fall and get into the spirit, because it's my favorite season. It gets me excited and I feel more creative and alive, and that's why I'm leaning into that. Trying to do more things that bring me joy instead of, you know, resisting the joy. So with that said, friends, I will see you in the next video. Bye.